Like I say, I don't think anyone realized about, like I said, LS, Lucifer Star line, Starline. Many people thought I was a German because Starline, and some people might say Starline. It sounds like a girl's name, but it's Lucifer Starline. Me. Um, like I said, the Golden Gate Bridge, a few other bridges. I think it was mostly my Irish workers. Like I said, my Irish team, go Irish or Ireland. They called it Ironland, by the way. Like I said, Ireland. They were a great group. Like, like I said, it's almost frustrating how Ireland isn't really considered a civilization builder, but they were. You see, like I said, if you're from Ireland, um, I think I might have forgotten what the Ireland did, how much Ireland did. Like I said, it was my LS shipyard. There was LS and LC, and I also had LS slate and LC slate. Um, I think, but they were in two different. The LS slate and the LC slate were in two different spots. What happened was basically, I believe it was one of the prince's son tried to say that it was his slate yard or something like that, and it wasn't his slate yard. Like I said, a great amount of money was actually made from slate. You see, it's a very useful material. It can be sliced, it can be diced, it can be cut into lots of different shapes and forms. Anyway, it built quite a few. They built lots of buildings. Anyway, though, some prince's son was trying to say that there was his. I mean, it's mine basically. It's Lucifer Star Slate, Ellis Slate. Like I said, I was always the more honest and the better person. And like I said, there was a great amount of money. You see, originally started with 30 workers, and then it went on for thousands of years, whatever. It's a slate yard, you know. I mean, it's like I said, documented history, photographs, everything else like that. Pretty much the only one I feel sometimes was doing such a documented history was actually me. Like I say, me and my people. I was paying for it to be done. You see, so around the world. Um, that's why so many things about Auschwitz and some of the other sites were just ridiculous because, like I say, there were pictures of my work camps. There were pictures of my yards. They were taking pictures of everything. There's log books and records and slate glass photographs of every work camp and work site and work thing. Like it's video. It's pictures. So, like I said, as far as the Nelson class, well, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. Like I said, two of the different ships were called there were four classes of ships or four ships called the Rodney class or whatever. It's a real class. It's because I named it after my supposed father, Rodney Dean Briley, basically. That's who it was named after. Anyway, just like the Rosalie car, and there was a Rosalie ship, and there was also a Rosella ship, I believe, and maybe even a David. Like I said, I wanted to celebrate my family as well, or whatever, or whoever I'm with. But like I said, they're not exactly my family. I mean, it's not like people would ask, well, who are they? Why were they powerful? And it's like, well, I'm Lucifer Star, you see. So anyway, technically, Rodney wasn't powerful. Rodney was no one. I'm powerful. Me, Lucifer. I could practically pay to have a family created for me. Anyway, like I said, I'm quite rich, you see, or quite powerful. Anyway, like I said, the thing was about JFK and Nixon and some other things, and there's a lot of things that go on. And besides, like I said, I'm 100 trillion years old. I look good for my age, actually. So anyway, though, but I was building battleships, and that's also why I was sentenced to death and also charged on war crimes. But like I said, it was actually Papa or someone that was actually doing all the nuking or all the carpet bombing or something. I don't know. You have to ask. Anyways, the Bloods and Crips or Papa or someone else. I was just charged for it. But like I said, they thought I was dead, but I'm not dead. Like I said, probably Abraham Lincoln even thought I was dead, but I wasn't dead. I'm not dead. So anyway, Lots of people thought I was dead and gone because they'd actually seen me die. It's like, well, yeah, I know Abraham Lincoln very much thought I was dead, but I'm not dead. I lived through it. I lived past it. So I have vague memories of dying at the hands of Abraham Lincoln. So anyway, oh well. So anyway, um, but like I said, the LS Slate Yard, and that's another thing. Like I say, I'm sure Abraham Lincoln thought that he was entitled to whatever I had. And it's like, no, 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 no. Just because you say you adopted me doesn't mean you're anything particularly significant. Like I said, he literally just took some pictures in Paris, and then eventually pretended to kill me, or I mean, killed me or whatever, and then he just worked for me. He was just some crazy guy that worked for me that wanted to kill me and say he owned the place, but he didn't. He didn't have anything to do with me. He figured, I mean, it was all about money, I guess. He saw gold. There's gold. Maybe he found out about my Fort Knox. I said he would be quite surprised about other things. Like, well, actually, like I say, I'm the creator of 12 different life form types. Oh well. Anyway, and like I said, an employer of quite a few good Irishmen and lots of other people. Also the provider and helper to Mexico and evacuator of Spain and all that stuff. I evacuated Spain and some other stuff. Protector of women and children. That's why White Star Line says women and children first. That was my thing. I do not consider women or children to be completely at fault for a man's actions or whatever. And like I say, I don't really know. Technically, women are just as at fault sometimes, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to be killing women and children. I don't know. Besides, women were, I don't know. Anyway, women, usually the problem was men lying to women or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care. Like I say, it doesn't matter. I'm just the creator. I'm just the Lucifer Starline. You know, what a bunch of other crazy people did. I don't know. I build civilizations. Shrug. You know. I'm an epic, mammoth, huge person throughout the galaxy and the universe. I was just taking a vacation being a child for the first time ever. So, I said I had never been a child. I had never been a baby. In all my 900 million trillion years or whatever, I had never actually lived as a mortal. To live as a baby or to grow up. I'd always been, me, Lucifer Star. The great Lucifer Star. All throughout the galaxy, spaceships, creation, everything else. I had been all throughout the universe and everything else, but I'd never actually been born or lived as a baby or a child or an adult. I had never really breathed air through my lungs. And I wanted to do it, you see. I had built civilizations, built stars, built whole galaxies, but I had never breathed or tasted food for myself or even done anything personally with my hands. Like I said, all throughout the universe, you will have mention or no mention of a creator or the great Lucifer Star, the great creator. So, I'm so many thousand galaxies, so many thousand life forms, all throughout the universe. In fact, life forms that the human race doesn't even know about. 4 or 5 life forms that almost no one knew about. So, anyway, I'm the great one. Greatest. Anyway, so great, in fact, that I could have things exactly the way I wanted them to be, or whatever. Doesn't really matter, So, anyway, so quite a few people would find out about who I was through secret documents and all that. It's like, yeah, whatever. 100 trillion years old. What do you expect? So. And they tried to kill me like 50 trillion years or 40 or 60 trillion years in. They tried to kill me. Been trying to kill me this entire time, I assume. Pretty much probably nonstop. I think even Rodney and other people wanted me dead. I don't know. They lied a lot, you see. They did a lot of horrible things. And I say I really truly liked Princess Diana. She was a wonderful woman. And lots of other people too. The innocent people don't, like I said, you I said I said to a couple people, I said your fight is with me. Leave them out of it. This has nothing to do with them, with those people. I think I was referring to some other people, maybe my Irish or my employees or my workers. So I don't know. Like I said, I was always one of those people that takes things head on. It's like I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to deny who I am. I'm not Rodney. I'm not going to do things and deny, and take it to my grave. It's like, no, I'm proud of what I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm a monumental, wonderful person that create insects and exoskeleton life forms and several different, probably several different types of ants or whatever. Exoskeletons, basically. But big ones. I did big ones. 3 foot tall or so. Or bigger. Things like kind of like spiders, I think. That kind of thing. So, anyway, like I say, also some some life forms that could live on acidic worlds. Anyway, there's worlds out there that have acidic environments. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. There's also worlds out there that have high amounts of radiation. I put life there. Anyway, it used to be known exactly who I was and what I was. Anyway, eventually I decided to take a vacation, you see. A vacation with humanity. With one of my life, with on one of my planets. So, anyway. And then I asked all my people to basically not use my name unless they had to or whatever. Although, I had companies. I eventually started companies on my own. The Starline Group. So, that's why you see it. It stands for Lucifer Starline. So, and maybe some of my people were looking for me or wondering where I was. And like I said, for a while, for about 1,000 years or so, I was sentenced to death and sentenced to community service for 1.5 million years. Anyway, like I said, there are many other planets where humans are on them. Anyway, whatever. And faster than light travel is possible. Or something like that, or at least going really, really fast. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really care. I used to know about it. I've been all throughout the universe. Other people would say that they've been through all throughout the universe, and that may or may not be true. Some people lied about it. Some people really were all throughout the universe. Some people tried to become space conquerors. It didn't work out for them. Like I say, I'm not really a bad person. I don't try and lie about things. I don't try and hide things. I don't do evil, horrible things. Technically, Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a few other people were rogue. They were doing things I didn't want them to do. I don't know why. Well, I mean, technically I know why they would be doing it. They would be ordering troops to go attack people and kill people because they didn't have any power. They were trying to get power. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm the creator of humanity. How much more powerful can you get than that? And other life forms. So anyway, I don't really care. I was really mad. They were trying to get my Irish people or some of my Irish workers, some of my iron workers to go and work on nuclear power plants and stuff like that. And I was like, no, stay away. I think I told like I didn't want my people dying of radiation poisoning. It's very, very dangerous to work around radioactive material. So anyway, I'm the one behind all the different groups. Like I said, the military at some point in time was lying to the public about what radiation was and everything else like that, and that's why I started the civilian radiation group. So they could, if the military wasn't going to tell them the truth about everything, then the civilians could just learn it on their own. Anyway, I tried to help as many people and keep as many people safe as possible.